Yo, what's up guys? Justin Calor, Tampa Fitness Factory. Welcome back to another episode of 2 Minute Tuesday. Today we're going over a couple exercises that I constantly see people doing wrong. How do we do them the right way? How do we fix them? Or should we just not do them altogether? Let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, so the first exercise I want to look at are dips. I know everybody loves dips, a lot of people do them. Not my personal favorite. I actually don't do them at all for myself or let any of my clients do them. Couple things, when you do a dip, you're trying to work your chest, you're trying to work triceps. I get it. My point is there's a lot of better ways to do this without risking getting hurt. So if you think about a dip, when you're doing this, you're putting your shoulder in this state of internal shoulder rotation, and you're really putting a lot of pressure on the actual capsule of the shoulder where it goes in. I just think there's a lot better ways we can do this exercise. So coming here, doing it, you're going down. Look how far I have to internally rotate the shoulder, and that puts a lot of pressure. You're trying to work the chest when you do it. So let's look at something we can do instead. I'm gonna go with cable flies, and particularly high cable flies instead of the middle or low. The high ones seem to work a little bit better. So let's go and take a look at those and why I'd rather use those than the dips themselves. All right, so instead of the dips, let's look at just a high cable fly. Everybody's done flies before, but with these in particular, we're doing them for the replacement to hit the same muscles as with a dip. So when you're doing this, another thing, this isn't one of the exercises for doing it wrong, but when you're doing this, make sure we're not leaning forward. That's not what we're trying to do here. We wanna be up nice and tall, coming back, stretching, opening up the chest, and then we're pulling down almost to the navel, and I'm really getting a deep contraction in the chest. So I'm here and I'm pulling down and I'm squeezing, and that in range of motion is going to give us the same activation that we actually got in the dip. So we're here pulling, squeezing, pinching chest together. Make sure we're not leaning forward, just standing up nice and straight. And this is going to be our replacement instead for the dip exercise, and we don't have to worry about putting so much pressure on the shoulder and injuring ourselves because the reward is just not worth it. All right, so the second exercise I want to look at is doing hyper extensions. Every time I see someone doing these, I see completely wrong way, and this is usually what I see. They come down, they let their back round all the way down, and then I see this crazy back hyper extension going way too far into the range of the rep. So I see this is not what this is for. When we're doing this exercise, it's a primary glute movement. It's a glute extension. It's not a back hyper extension. Yes, we're working our back and we're strengthening it. We're getting a little bit of activation, but primary glute max is what we're focusing on here. So when I come up, this is about as far up as I want to go. Glutes fully squeezed, arms across my chest. When I come down, I'm just leaning forward. And then as I come up, I'm squeezing glutes and contracting glute max as tight as I can. And this is going to be the exercise that we should be doing. All right, so for the third exercise, we're not really looking at any exercise in particular. This is kind of just a blanket for all exercise we're doing. Constantly, I see people, no matter what they're doing, and their reps look like this. And granted, you're using a lot of intensity to do the exercises. That's great, but you're gonna hurt yourself. You're doing it wrong, and you're not gonna get the results the best way. If we can take the same weight and actually slow down our reps and keep good control reps through full range of motion and keep a good tempo, and it doesn't always have to be a super slow tempo, I can still do this at a good pace. This is gonna be far better. We're getting way more contraction out of this. We're gonna get stronger, and we're not risking getting hurt as quickly. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please be sure to implement these things we kind of talked about with the dips especially. Take those out of your workout completely. With a hyper extension, just know that's a glute exercise. It's not primarily a back exercise. And then with all your exercise you're doing, just keep a good tempo and good form and good posture. and really just don't swing your weights as much. Once again, thank y'all for watching. Please be sure, hit the like, leave a comment down below what you want to see next, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.